The beach, where it all began, and funny enough, where it ended. You see, with solo progression in Rust being more challenging than ever, I decided to take a step back, enjoy Rust for what it is, a game where you can build and create whatever you want. Now, normally I'd be rushing for the desert, trying to gather up resources and craft guns as soon as I could. But this time I decided to take a step back and build a boat. Yep, a boat. A seaworthy vessel. Had a lot of fun with this one and met some cool people. And I even stumbled into an artist on the beach, beginning their journey. But for now, unsure of whose skull I was using to break objects with, I gathered some materials and headed on down the road. Now with enough low grade for a furnace and more cloth than you could poke a stick at, I headed for the build spot. But being a day late to wipe would come with its own challenges, and it wouldn't be long before I heard guns in the distance. Resisting the urge to craft a bow and head straight over there, I continued on, gathering as much as I could until I reached my oasis. Now armed with an ice pick and plenty of cloth, I was beginning to think this start was a little too good. Without a weapon and nowhere to run, I did the only thing I could. Use the jungle to my advantage. Outrunning my jungle attacker worked for now, but I decided to wait. And eventually, when the coast was clear, I got back to work. Having achieved the bare minimum of slapping down a base, we were surviving. And now it was time to go farming and turn surviving into thriving. With an abundance of berries around and the sun soon to set, I decided to make a mixing table, craft up some teas, and farm into the night. And come morning time, I'd be ready to start farming some components. With the sound of gunshots seemingly all around me and not wanting to lose what I had so far, I decided to turn around and head back, when something would happen that kickstart my wipe. Yep, a player. But not this one. You see, while I was stalking around, trying to decide whether I'd take on this fight, an opportunity came up that I couldn't resist. A naked ran down the beach. This guy led me straight to him, oblivious he was even there. But I noticed one thing about this guy. He wasn't quite a fresh spawn, as he had a combat knife in his hand, and that could only mean one thing. He had stuff. And I wanted to know what he had.
Why me? Why do you have to come out when I'm here? Why do you have to do it? Huh? Loot me. I'm fucking loaded. Go on, loot me. Loot me. Get everything. Get it all. Run, Johnny boy, run. You better run with everything. You better run with everything, Santa Claus. Don't even kill me. At least kill me. At least kill me.
And run I did. 759 scrap. It was exactly what I needed to get this boat going. Hoping that he didn't have a base further up the way, I ran home, excited and paranoid, keen to get this loot back into the base ASAP. I slapped down a second furnace, but this wouldn't be sustainable for too long. I would need an electric furnace, and for that, I would need a tier 2. And for that, well, that's a whole different story. You see, Russ recently had an update introducing blueprint fragments. You need 5 basic fragments for a tier 2 and 5 advanced for a tier 3. In the past, that 750 scrap would have given me an easy tier 2. But now I need to go and find those fragments. Whilst looking around the map, I realised there was a train tunnel entrance nearby. This would be the perfect way for me to secure a bunch of loot, get a tier 2, and get this show on the road. But first, I had to make this space just a little more cozy. Now armed with a Revy and a dream, I left the jungle canopy to head across the beach and down into the tunnels. With a few of the tunnel dwellers down, I was about to hit my first meal crate. Yep. Got Tommy, Sar, and 2 advanced fragments. Something I'd never seen before in a military crate. I don't know what was going on, but holy. That was probably the best crate I could have gotten. You see, little did I know at the time that Tommy and Saar would turn themselves into an AK. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. With a successful tunnel run under my belt, it was time to get home. But just like that, I was off. Not far from home now, just had to make it back. Although we got enough for a tier 3, we couldn't do anything with that until we got a tier 2. But for now, I wanted to get a start on the boat. So I kept farming, and I started building it. See, the boat is not something I had practiced. I just had an idea for it. So I was kind of winging it. And I built most of it, and I screwed it up. So I decided to just cut my losses, learn from my mistakes, and start again fresh in the morning. but I'll show you a few bits and pieces from that, because why not?
Love the dice, bro. Oh, this is sick. It's like a triangle. It's like a... I don't even know what I'm looking at. It's so cool, bro. Come take a closer look. What the hell?
Might be a good time to fill you in. Normally I talk while I record, but my mic broke the morning of starting this particular one. So I just sent it without a mic. I was like, screw it, I'm going for it.
Oh, that's... yeah.
In hindsight, this should have been a sign, his reaction to me telling him it was a boat, with me him just going, oh, okay. And then just leaving. I should have took that as an early warning sign, something wasn't right. But anyway. So yeah, without a mic this wide, I've just been communicating by chat and hand signals and whatever else I could do. So I do apologise if the audio quality in this video is not great. One day I'll get a better mic, but anyway. So it was right about here when I realised I'd screwed up. See, the way to build this particular type of base is you can close in the top, but you have to build the top first. When I did this first one, I had built the roofs on the outside and upgraded them, which means I couldn't build there. But for some reason, if you do it the other way around, it will let you build the roof after. So yeah, I screwed it all up and I tried to save it. I wasn't happy with it. I was here to build a boat, not a mess. So I cut my losses and started again the next day.
Kill me, please kill me.
Next morning, I ran the train tunnels over and over until I finally got the last piece of the puzzle. The 5 basic fragments for the Tier 2 workbench. Now, having enough pieces to craft T2, I could finally start the second boat, but this time, do it properly. I also did a bunch of farming in between, so that was handy too. Once I made it back home, I wasted no time getting my electric furnace down. While I waited for all the metal to smelt, I reorganised my little base on the shore and got myself a chainsaw and filled about a box and a half full of wood. By the time I had done that, the metal had smelted and it was finally time to start the new boat. the core of the base done, the extra turret for protection, it was time to start doing the honeycomb. Sorry to break the fourth wall, but what a banger of a song. Let's see what we got next. This should do. So far things were going to plan, but I'd soon run into my first challenge, stability. You see, in Rust you can only build out so far without supports underneath. Finally, I had solved the problem. Or so I thought. At last, I'd finally done it. And now it's time to get to the fun part. Oh, and if you're wondering, that's about as far as I got with that one. Finally, the hull of the boat was done. Piece of cake, huh?
But like, how you get on top? You just live in here forever. Is this your base, Solar Bro? What is this? Is this like a motel, bro? What is this? Is a boat? So how do you get on top of that?
So after this very normal Rust interaction, I jumped off for a while. Then I forgot to start recording when I came back. But I didn't do much. I started building the captain's room.
Hey, is this your base? Is that yours? Bro, did they add that fucking update or not? Is this yours? The boat or not? The fuck, bro? What is these cars? This is hectic.
Surprisingly, this is the first time that happened. But I'd get my revenge. After a brief intermission and mounting our attacker's head to the boat, I decided to continue on. But it wouldn't be long before I was itching to go for a run.
Yo, I love this shit, dude. They dropped that naval up there early. This is so sick, dude.
You see, I made a grave mistake here. At the time, I couldn't quite work out what it was, but I knew I left something in those boxes that I would probably regret.
Right on, dude. Right on. I'm just chilling, dude.
Yeah, I know, I whiffed.
I'm just chilling, dude. I really like this. This is tough. This is tough.
So naturally, I put him on the desk. So after getting destroyed in my own base by a naked, with a gun that I unknowingly gave him, it was time to go and blow off some steam. losing an inventory like that, I knew this guy would be straight back. And to top it off, the local roof camp was interested as well. Securing that loot vacuum base had me on a high, so I headed straight back out to try again.
Yo, no, don't shoot. I'm checking out the epic bases. Yo. Oh, by the way, this is what I have if you literally got up. Yo, this is fresh.
I was just sorting some stuff out in the base when I heard footsteps on the deck. So I went out to see what he was up to. And I watched him for a little while, thought he was just checking it out. And then I realized we had a thief on the ship. So I did the normal boat owner thing and chopped him up. Took the hazmat suits back, put them on the crew, and then I mounted his skull to my desk. In the ship, of course, not my real desk. Once I'd restored order to the ship, I couldn't resist the urge to go for another roam. And with a little bit of luck and a little bit of risk, this is where the Tommy from the first milk crate would finally give itself a nice upgrade. I found this half-built base with her armoured core. Looked like it had just not long been raided. The TC was locked and the boxes were locked. And I couldn't help thinking I wish I brought a Molotov with me. Well, luck would have it, I did. I just didn't know it. Finally, the AK was mine. But not only that, this guy had all the cards on him and a bunch of other stuff. Not sure what he was up to or where he was going, but I'll happily take it off his hands. Once I sorted out all this stuff, I went for a little roam with the AK. However, it was pretty quiet. I came back with the SAR and some bullets, but that's about it. So I decided to load up all my comps, hoof it up to Outpost, and scrap. From there, I would buy a Mini. As darkness fell, my bag loaded up, all the cards I would need for the oil rig. I hit the legs, and it wouldn't be long before I was scrapping. But that was a long process, so I'll see you when it's done. Now with over 3,000 scrap, that was enough to get myself a mini, head back home, learn some stuff on the tier 3, and head out to the oil rig. Now with my freshly purchased Mini from the shadiest helicopter salesman I've ever seen, just had to race home, drop some stuff off, and head out to the rig. I'll see you there. But just as I was about to leave, I couldn't help but notice the cozy atmosphere of the rain on the deck. So I climbed up to take it all in. Alright, back to work. Once I arrived at the rig, it quickly became apparent that I was not alone. With all the scientists cleared out on the top deck, it would be difficult to gauge where exactly this guy was hiding, but eventually I found him. And props to this guy, he played this really well. It took me quite a while to find him, and he was significantly outgeared, so respect to this guy, he did well. Now with the rig all to myself, I went to warm up, hack the crate, get the loot, and get out of there. Now, you see, I was getting close to calling it for the wipe. I was just going to go on one last run to Lord's side. Just go and try and take Bradley, just for the fun of it. But little did I know at the time, this decision would shape the end of my wipe significantly. Now with Bradley down and most of the scientists taken care of, I decided to head down and clean up the loot. Little did I know at the time, I wasn't alone. In the heat of the moment, I didn't realise that somebody was there with a bolty, waiting, and they got a headshot off at the perfect time. I was a little confused of how I died so quick. Then I checked the combat log and realised what happened. But it wasn't meant to be, because what happens next was. Unable to talk in game because my mic was broken, and he was unable to use voice chat as well. So we began chatting. We joined a team and talked in team chat. Because I was getting ready to end my wipe, I was happy to give some stuff away. So I pointed him in the direction of my base and we went over there. Once there, we got chatting and he informed me that he's an artist. And so I asked him if he would paint a portrait for the ship, finishing send-off before its maiden voyage. And that he did. So while he was working away at his painting, I decided to add a few finishing touches to the base. The only problem is I'm not so much an artist, but I give it a shot. With a few more finishing touches added to the boat, I decided to build up and get some better pictures. When something unexpected happened. We got a visitor, and that visitor turned out to be friends with a streamer.
Brother! My friend! Holy shit, can I share my screen? Can you? I'm naked, this is the fucking coolest thing I've ever seen. Mate, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen on Rust. He painted this. He just painted that. Sorry, can I look at it closer? Yeah, you can paint on Rust. Sorry, I'm sharing my screen with someone. Holy shit, he just painted that. I'm sharing the screen, mate, if you wonder who I'm talking to. Look at this map. Is this a rug? Or, yeah, it's a rug. You painted that? Oh, he's joking, he's joking. Holy shit, mate, it wouldn't surprise me with all this. Fucking hell. Look at the wanted posters! Holy shit, I don't know how to add myself to the wanted poster, mate. He's offering to add to the poster, I don't know how to do that. JZC. This is fucking sick. Is that me? Oh, I'm there, name redacted! That's fucking sick. Guys, this is insane. How long did it take you to do this? You're saying that he just did the portrait and then a few days on and off. Because no one's griefed you or anything, right? Like, everyone just leaves you be? I am blown away. That's fucking sick. You guys rock. I wish Rust was more like you guys. Guys, can you add my friend on Discord? She's a streamer and she'd love to see more of you.
So I wasn't really set up to record this. My OBS was only set up to capture my Rust window. But this guy and the streamer all said some really kind stuff. So done my best to show what I can. And I'll put the streamer's info up on the screen. Go ahead and check her out.
Did you build the boat hatchet? Was that you? You just came into the chat. Hatchet blades. Yeah? Honestly, that was incredible. Fucking incredible. I've never seen anything like it on Rust. Like, it was beautiful.
Coolest thing I've ever seen on Rust, including on YouTube.
Thank you for the follow, and honestly, thank you so much for creating that fucking masterpiece. That's insane. I love it.
Before we knew it, it was morning. Leo had finished his painting, and it was looking pretty awesome. So I took a picture and put it in the center of the ship. Leo posts a lot of art to his Instagram page, so I'll link that down below if you guys want to head over there and check that out and show some support. And if it's half as good as this painting here, I'm sure it's some pretty great stuff. You see, I'm no artist, but I can appreciate what they do. And portrait looks awesome. All the positive vibes and the people who came to visit the ship, I decided this was a good time to end the wipe. End it on a high note. That way it wouldn't be ended by a rocket or something like that. If you made it this far, I appreciate the heck out of you guys. Don't forget to check out Anna, Mel and Leo in the description below. just had one thing left to do. That was to throw a flaming bottle of champagne before a maiden voyage. And now it was time to set sail for our next adventure. Hope to see you there.